What's up, boys? It's your boy Joey Max back with a banger. And in this video, we're going to be telling you guys the hidden truth in LS swapping your 240SX, everything you need to know about LS swapping your 240, and everything you should be looking to expect. When you look it up, it's very easy to get misinterpreted, I guess, or you know, everyone thinks, oh, LS is cheap horsepower, and they are, but there's a lot that goes into it, you know. You need a good amount of things, and I thought I was gonna LS swap this 240 for 10 grand. I'm way beyond past that. Insert clip here.
This is how to build a 240 for under $10,000 LS swap.
As you guys saw in that clip, that was a little delusional. And here we are, and I'm about $30,000 deep in this car, and right now we pulled everything back out of it because everything's kind of finalized. And we are basically finally painting this thing. We're prepping the bay of the car, and we're gonna be dropping everything off so Jordan can start prepping it for paint. But as you guys could see, if you watched my last video, you saw all the fab work got done. I went over that in that video, but you know, it looks like shit. You know, everything's gonna be all pretty. I have to drop a lot of stuff off to get powder coated. I wanna get all the hot side Cerakoted. So, but that's not why you're here. If that's why you're here, subscribe to the channel and go check out the, you know, all the other videos. But in this video, I'm going over a lot of things. It is very easy to think, oh, I just need a motor, a transmission, and the little things. There's a lot of things. You need the swap kit, right? So that's pretty simple. It's just the mounts and the transmission. A lot of people like to go with the T56 and things like that, but it can get pricey. So I went in my car, I went with the CD09 and the FabBot conversion kit. Pretty affordable, but they came with the clutch kit, everything like that. Then you need things like the drive shaft. Drive shaft, a good 600 bucks. You need wiring, you need the swap headers. I went turbo because I didn't want to spend $1,500 for headers for the car. I was like, yeah, might as well put that in a turbo kit. Yeah, go with the headers because I'm way deep now in a turbo kit. I got a full custom kit done on the car, and you're not LS swapping one of these for $3,000. I have a Holley ECU, that was the cheapest bang for your buck ECU for this car, and that cost me, I wanna say like 1,500 bucks. Now to get into more detail. Everybody says, oh, you could just go to the junkyard, get an LS and throw it in the car. I mean, yeah, you can, but who's not going to want to put a cam in it? You guys have 4 cylinders in your cars. You're going to want to put a cam in it before you put it in your car. So, you know, once you put the cam, then you need to do the cam bearings in the block. And then it's like, oh, go through the heads, do valve springs, do this, do that. You're probably going to be, I was like 2 grand just in the motor, like 2 grand and 2,500 between the oil pan conversion, the cam, the lifters, rockers, all the conversions, the upgrades, because you want to go with LS7 lifters and this, and there's so many things you need to look into, and that's why you're watching this video. You can affordably do it, but just don't be surprised when you're going into it and it's costing more money than you thought it would cost you. So engine, let's just say you're looking at 2,500 bucks. I got my motor, it's out of a 2000 like Tahoe or something. But so let's just say 2,500 bucks. That's, you know, range it. And then your transmission, I got as my CD09, I paid 400 bucks for. And then the conversion kit, I want to say was, I'm gonna double check that. The conversion kit was $880, and that came with a clutch, a flywheel, and everything like that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it came with a clutch, flywheel, throwout bearing, all that. So I was pretty cheap. So I was about $1,200 in my transmission. Then you're looking at, let's just say 500 bucks for a drive shaft. So between the motor and trans, we're pretty close to not 5 grand. Yeah, we're pretty close to 5 grand with the swap mounts and the motor and trans, just getting them in the car. Now you need your exhaust. So the swap headers, I want to say, are 800, and then the Y pipe, I think you're just say like $1,500 in exhaust, and it adds up. And then okay, I want to do a engine management system. I went with a Holley. It was the cheapest one, the easiest one to install, power, ground, signal, simple. And that was 1,500 bucks. And you need the sensors, let's just say another 500 bucks for miscellaneous sensors and wires. And you're looking at, let's just say 2 grand there. It adds up. You're gonna be a good, you know, if you go the cheap route, don't get me wrong, you can use stock harness, stock ECU from a truck, and you can go the cheap route, but majority of people that are putting the money into the car like me wanted to do it once and cry once, and there's still a lot of things I wish I did better when I first did it, but you know, the reality is you're going to be probably spending anywhere from 7,500, you know, 15 grand. You know, it ranges. I have the full list of what I spent on my car for those of you that want to know, and I did everything myself too. That's another thing you have to take into consideration. If you're paying someone to do this, labor. So I did everything myself. Hopefully you guys are, you know, trying to do everything yourself. If you're not, if you can't, I get it. You know, everyone starts and learns somewhere, but yeah, if you look in my list, if the camera will focus here. So engine and trans, 1,700 for the trans swap. Okay, I guess it was a little more. And then engine parts, oh, the oil pan. Yeah, so I was a little more in engine parts. And the shifter, yeah, you need a different shifter. Then yeah, 1,600. Injectors too. Injectors are expensive. Mounts, and then yeah, mounts, let's just say 500 bucks for the mount kit. Oil filter relocation, power steering lines, and I went with an upgraded accessory drive kit. So everything adds up. You need a lot of things, and cooling wise, you're gonna need a bigger radiator, and so you're gonna need spall fans. Get spall fans, don't get the cheap bullshit fans, and you'll be good, because it is a big motor. They do like to run a little hot. And if you're going, let's say you're going turbo like I did, the CX Racing does offer a kit, but the only thing that I do not like about that kit is their turbo manifolds. So the exhaust manifolds come off the motor, and you can't get a spark, I guess you could say the spark plug wire from the coil. It's not like a simple one I'll show you on my motor, but you just go right on. You have to make custom ones, and they like to burn. And just, if you're gonna do a turbo, just get front facing turbo, I guess you could say LS manifolds, the front facing ones, and get a custom kit done. I went ahead and got a full custom kit done. Let's go over there, I'll show you guys that. So here's my motor. Here's the FabBot conversion kit. As you guys can see, it's pretty simple with a CD transmission. I went ahead, went through all my heads to the machine shop. I did all that little stuff. Over here we have my intercooler piping. That's all getting powder coated. Everything adds up over time. I recommend doing a custom kit, so then everything is, you know, proper. And I had everything done before my new turbo kit got done, because I had the CX Racing one and I didn't like it. So I basically got it redone with everything in it, and yeah, that was pretty pricey. So if you're like, oh, turbo kit's this, headers are cheap, and these cars, 400 horsepower is fine. I went above and beyond, I didn't have to. But basically, that's a good little rundown, good reality check for a lot of people that like to say you can do these for 3 grand. You can, there's people who can, don't get me wrong, you guys be doing some crazy shit, but be realistic with yourself. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, feel free to reach out to my Instagram, Joey, MAXX_, and I'll answer any questions. I'll help anyone out, especially if there's something I missed in this video. This is just a rough video for the people that like to message me and asking me questions. It does cost, but don't make this the reason you don't do it, because it is cost efficient compared to a lot of other swaps that are a lot more money. So if I could go back, would I do it again? Yeah. But JZs are pretty sick, but that's another amount of money. So like this video, comment, don't forget to subscribe, and follow to finish my LS build.